that girl. Book your experience at TiffanySmithFineArtStudios.com because you deserve to be seen.
It's time for The Lighter Side with Ron Barry, being brought to you today by the Brownsville Historical Society and Nemacolin Castle, the Sandwich Shop and Deli, Tate's Auto Repair, Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography, Tracy Counseling Center, and John & Son Catering.
His gentle means of sculpting souls took me years to understand. The leader of the band is tired and his eyes are growing old, but his blood runs through my instrument and his song is in my soul. My life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man. I'm just a living legacy to the leader of the band.
Hello, 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 and welcome to The Lighter Side. I'm your host, Ron Barry, on this brutally hot Tuesday afternoon here in beautiful downtown Uniontown. I chose to open the show today with Leader of the Band by Dan Fogelberg, and I'm going to tell you why. You know, when a person looks back on their life, there are undoubtedly people who have influenced you, inspired you, molded you, encouraged you, or even gave you a good swift kick in the pants when you needed it. You know, when we are young and growing, we are not necessarily listening to what our mentors are trying to tell us. There are many people who helped shape me into the person I've become, and my mind drifts back to a hot summer day, much like this one, in 1983. A chubby 13-year-old trombone player nervously walked a half mile or so from his home on Green Street in Brownsville to the Brownsville area high school. I remember the morning dew on the grass and the sun already began to beat down on the landscape, and my tennis shoes were wet as I walked to the back of the building where the band room was located. Other than my fellow incoming freshmen, I knew no one, and I was petrified. You know, the upperclassmen were scoping out the newbies and making all sorts of comments, as they do, and being the fat kid, I knew what was coming. Sure enough, someone started with the requisite jokes. I felt like turning around and leaving, but before I could do anything, a short, squat little man with an ear-to-ear grin came up to me and said, "Don't worry about them. Their mothers dropped them on their heads when they were babies." I felt a little better. That day began not only a mentorship, but a friendship. That short, squat little man was Ralph Bill. Ralph was the assistant band director under his father, Sam Bill. 2 years later, Sam retired, and Ralph took his rightful place at the helm of the Golden Falcon Marching Band. Those fast 4 years were some of the best of my life, and although I didn't realize it at the time, I was learning about music, yes, but more importantly, I was learning about life. This past Wednesday, Ralph Bill left us. After battling illness, his huge heart just gave out. With his passing, the world lost a great musician, and if I ever get to heaven, I'm sure I'll see a line of white-robed, golden-winged trumpeters, with one noticeably short one, playing a custom-made Italian trumpet. Goodbye, my friend. Until we meet again, farewell to the leader of the band. So, what a scorcher, huh, TJ?
What do you mean? It's not that hot.
Well, I figured
No,
you,
I'm just kidding.
you were one of those you one of those nuts that likes the hot
No,
weather.
it's brutal out there, I'll tell you what.
It is, but you know, it is summertime. You got to expect that. So
Yeah. I did say the other day, there's no in between. We went from cool and rain to brutal heat. There was no in between, no spring really.
Really, you're right.
Yeah.
And I was wearing sweatshirts in the beginning of June.
Yeah.
It was weird. So, but this heat can be brutal on the elderly as well as the very young. So,
Yep.
you know, I know we have some older listeners, and please stay inside the air conditioning. If you don't have access to it, most communities have set up designated cooling centers. So check your local media outlets for locations. I know in Brownsville, both fire stations, the EMS station, the air conditioning's on. If anybody needs to come in and take a break from the heat, they can do that. So, without further ado, and I guess you have one for me, we're going to get to the bad dad jokes of the day. All right.
You go. You do yours
Do
first.
we do mine first?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
All right. Hey, Thomas Jefferson.
Hey, Ronald.
Did you know that Mike Tyson used to be a preacher?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he used to punch people in the face.
I thought it was going to be something about the ear, biting the ear off.
No, that requisite lisp he has, the faith. Did you also? My great uncle owned a coal mine. You know, but
Okay.
yeah, we didn't get any of the money, but he mostly kept it to himself. He minded his own business.
Oh, my. Did you work at the coal mine?
No,
No, you actually didn't. That was one of your jobs.
not yet.
Not yet.
Did you know that I have a strange ability to tell what's inside a wrap present?
No.
Yep, it's a gift.
Gosh.
Ever tell you about the time I worked as a security guard?
No, here's one of your many jobs.
Yes, my boss told me that I had to watch The Office. I watched every single episode, but I'm still not sure what that had to do with security.
Jeez. Ronald.
All right, so lay yours on me, buddy.
Okay, I only got one. It's about the weather.
All right.
What do cats eat in hot weather?
What do cats eat in hot weather? I am stumped, my friend. What do
Okay,
cats
they
eat in
eat
hot weather?
mice cream.
Oh, boy. Mice cream.
Mice.
Oh,
that-
brother.
Is this painfully over now?
No,
No,
I have peculiar
oh.
ponderables,
Oh, gosh.
which is a
Okay.
subdivision of fractured facts.
You don't want a drum roll for these or no?
You can, but hold on a minute.
Just one at the end?
Well, if I can talk over the continuous one, that's fine. So, but this is a subdivision of fractured facts,
gosh.
home office in Warsaw, Indiana. Hi, Rick Dixon. All right, so if you want to start the drum roll.
There isn't. No. I
Oh,
don't
never
have-
mind.
No, I'll just give you one at the end.
All right. So actually, these aren't like a top 10 list. It's just kind of things to think about. So why is W pronounced W and not double V?
I don't know.
I don't know either. There's no punchline. These are just things you got to think about. Why do we instinctively push harder on the buttons when our TV remote batteries are low? Like that's going to make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Why are you in a movie but on TV? And on the radio, too, for that matter. All right. So, if you think about it, if you're looking at your radio and you hear our voice, we're actually inside of it. So we're in the radio, but we're on the radio. So, all right. Why do fat chance and slim chance mean the same thing? I'm sure we have our listeners scratching their requisite heads right now. So
I sure am.
when French people swear, do they say, "Pardon my English"? So what was the best thing before sliced bread? I don't know. Probably the horseless carriage or something. I don't know. But speaking of horseless carriages, the movie wrapped up in Brownsville. Last week they were shooting down there, and they left a lot of that historical stuff down there, and it is really something to see. If you have some time, anyone that's listening, take a ride through downtown Brownsville. It looks like it's it already looks like it's 100 years old, but it actually the storefronts are made up for the film, and they left a lot of the props there. So take a ride through. It is something to see. So anyway, summertime, summertime. And there's folks who love this blistering heat, and I think they need a checkup from the neck up. But when I was a kid, you and I talked about this briefly before we went on the air. We didn't have air conditioning. We didn't have air conditioning until I was in high school. And in the 70s and in the 80s, I remember some pretty brutal summers. But you know what? I don't remember us complaining. And you and I talked about this last week. We were kids. We played all day no matter how hot it was. And it didn't seem to bother us.
Not at all.
I don't ever remember one of my friends passing out from dehydration, or me.
No.
Okay. Yeah, we would go back and get a drink or whenever we needed one, but we just kept on going. Nowadays, you have kids, 20 minutes in the heat and they're ready for the ambulance.
Yeah.
Maybe because they drink those energy drinks. I don't know. We had energy drinks too. It was called Mountain Dew. So, but anyway, so you said there was a brief time when you were a kid you didn't have
Yeah,
AC?
we didn't have air conditioning for a while, and we finally got it. But I had an attic room, so the air never went up there, so I was always in an oven.
Well, my brother and I,
Yeah.
our parents, remodeled the attic for us, and and our house had air conditioning, but it never made it up
That's
there.
the same thing, yeah.
So we put a window air conditioner in, and at night it would cool down nice, but after a while,
Yeah.
the heat would wake you up. You couldn't sleep in.
Yeah, I think I had like 2 fans up there or
Yeah.
something.
It's like 9
Always had the
a.m.
windows open. Yeah,
9 a.m. It was it was hot enough to get up and get off your butt and get going.
So this heat isn't. I don't like it, but I mean I could deal with it because I was used to that from the past.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was in high school before we got air conditioning. So,
I don't know if it was probably before high school. I'd say maybe still grade school, probably. I think when we got it, I would say.
So, my question to our listeners, and we have the smartest listeners in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you grew up without air conditioning or without a swimming pool and all the modern cooling conveniences, how did you and your family deal with it? Did you rip each other's head off because you were frustrated? Did you just stay outside all day, sit on the porch all day, or just go about your business with all your fans and dealt with it? So give us a call at 724-438-4593 and let us know. Okay, we'd be interested. We'd love to hear your opinions on how you did it. Another thing, we didn't have a swimming pool either.
Nope, we didn't either.
Well, my family proper never did own one. My brother has one now, but we never had one. And we had the garden hose, and we had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Did you ever make a homemade slip and slide?
Yep, we've had those
with a couple of tarps and some
or
water,
garbage bags or
Yep.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did that.
and it was you did what you had to do to
Hose.
water balloon fights.
Water balloon fights, water guns, just just buckets,
Yeah,
buckets of water, whatever. Yeah, whatever
anything
you
you
could
can
find.
get your hands on, and if people that live near the river, the Yauk or the Mon, or if they lived near a lake, did you swim in the lake or the river, which isn't always the safest thing to do, especially the river when the current's fast. Unfortunately, there's been some tragic incidents in the last couple of weeks on the Mon River, but I know a lot of our Connellswary listeners, frequent the Yauk, float down the Yauk and things like that, but. So what did you, we want to know, what did you do to beat the heat? It seems like in the evenings, when we came in for the night and we're watching TV and things like that, it got really, really miserable. But other than that, you just dealt with it and then hope for cooler days. And they eventually came.
Pretty much.
So we may have a call working its way through the system. All right. So we'll take that. Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who are we speaking with?
Mike from Fairchance.
Hey, Mike. How are you, sir?
I am hot, but that's okay. I was telling somebody the other day, when we were kids in the 50s and 60s, we played outside. I think most of the time we even had long pants on, but we didn't mind the heat. Now, my mom and dad, that was a different story. And I remember my mother, she would sweat, and I'd sweat, and my kids sweat. This must be a gene that we all have. But she always had a dish towel in her hand, and she would always wipe her face. She would always tell me to always carry a handkerchief, like one of them blue or red ones, like a bandana.
Right.
But the trouble with those is they don't absorb anything.
Right.
So I always try to take like a terry cloth towel. To this day, I'm 70 years old, and I still have a towel in my truck and one in the car and one on the workbench. And I wipe my face because it just sweats so much. We don't have air conditioning. I live in an old house in Fairchance that has radiator heat. And it would be a big thing for us to put some kind of ductwork in and to get
that'd be a lot of money, yes.
A lot of money. So she has one window unit down in the living room that she sleeps on the couch. And the other day I went up in the shed and I carried this daggone thing, must have been 80 pounds, upstairs and put it in the window and turned it on last night. And I slept a little bit better because the night before I had to change my pillowcase. It was wet from the sweat.
I believe it. Do you use a window fan before that, or?
Oh, yeah, I have a window fan, too, and I had fans in the room, and I had fans on the ceiling, but it just blows hot air around,
Pretty much,
and
yes.
When it's 70-some degrees at nighttime, that's tough.
That's
tough.
Plus the humidity's up, and, the air you can wear.
But when growing up, I don't remember one soul having air conditioning. Not in the 60s. I really don't.
Well, in the 70s, it wasn't much different. I mean, it was a luxury, for sure. And we got by without it. Like you said. Do you ever remember when you were a kid? Do you ever remember the heat bothering you when you're out playing?
I don't think so. I really don't.
Nope.
And like I said, I know this generation now is gotten softer. Yes. I mean, that's a fact. And I understand how the parents, I go to my grandson's Little League games, and they all got wet towels wrapped around them. They all got bottles of ice water. They all take breaks. They all do this. And I guess we did that. I don't remember doing it, though.
I don't either.
I mean, we kind of were, I think we were a little tougher.
Just a bit, You're right, Mike. And we're always glad to hear from you. And thank you for being a fan of the show.
Okay, I love listening to you guys.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again soon, my friend.
Okay, stay cool.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, Mike from Fairchance. So we're up against our first break, so we'll go ahead and take that. You're listening to 590 AM, 101.1 FM, W266DB, WMBS Uniontown.
Looking for a quality caterer to feed your guests at an upcoming event? How about a local, family-owned caterer that features all of your favorite homemade Southwest PA favorites, called John & Son Catering? With over 10 years experience, John & Son will provide an absolutely delicious meal, and be sure to ask about his famous Parmesan-crusted chicken and juicy roast beef. For the full menu, pricing, and booking information, please call Becky at 724-366-1508. John & Son Catering.
No Magical Mystery Tour is complete without a stop at the Sandwich Shop and Deli, just off of Abbey Road at 121 Brownsville Avenue in the Square, Brownsville. Enjoy a made-to-order sandwich with a bowl of Sabina's homemade soup. Try an authentic New York bagel slathered with one of their delectable toppings, or perhaps just a visit to the coffee bar for a delicious gourmet brew. Don't forget a cookie, brownie, or tempting dessert. Fresh baked daily. Call 724-785-4089. The Sandwich Shop and Deli, Brownsville.
When you need to service your vehicle, there is one local shop ready to meet all your needs. Nate Tate and the boys at Tate's Auto Repair in Uniontown do it all, from engine work and routine maintenance to tires, brakes, oil changes, and state inspections. Call Tate's today at 724-550-4756 or stop at the shop at 250 Connellsville Street to ensure your vehicle is ready to go for any trip in any weather. Tate's, proud sponsor of the lighter side on WMBS.
Are you looking for professional photography for your wedding or engagement, senior photos, or any other special event? Well, then look no further than award-winning Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography. Also offering photography classes, workshops, and tours of the Laurel Highlands. Get in contact at 724-322-0034 or visit jwhphotography.shop.
All right, Dawn Henley, the Boys of Summer. We're with our summer theme show today. We just got the notification that Bobby Sherman passed away. Bobby Sherman was a popular heartthrob in the late 60s, early 70s. Notable about him, you hear me talk about the TV show Emergency, about firefighters and paramedics, and that's what inspired me. Well, he was a guest star on Emergency, and he was so inspired by it that he became a paramedic and a deputy sheriff. And I think that's pretty cool.
It
that
is.
He did that. So, but anyway, we were talking about beating the heat without air conditioning in a swimming pool. We did all those things, played with a garden hose, made our homemade slip and slides, water, super soaker. You were probably from the super soaker generation.
Yeah,
huh?
we had some of those.
Yeah.
Went to people's houses. We had a few people that had pools, so we went there.
Oh yeah. Thankfully, most people who have a pool, they're pretty generous with it. As far as people letting people they know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember guys in my neighborhood, never me though, would go into people's pools at night without permission, which is never a good idea. You might end up on the wrong end of a baseball bat or something like that for doing that. But also, we had ice cream places.
Ice cream.
We had, of course, the DQ in Brownsville, but we also had a little place up in Hiller called the Dairy Delight. Now, any of my listeners from the Brownsville area that are a little older than maybe 30 probably remember the Dairy Delight. The building's still there, but it's I believe it's a doctor's office now. And you walked up there, and I remember for 99 cents that you get a large ice cream cone, and that thing, when you were a kid, that thing must have been 10 feet tall. But you ate every bit of it.
Yep.
So, and also, maybe you know this, TJ, coming out of Pittsburgh on Carson Street, Page Dairy Mart. You familiar with that?
I've heard of it. Yeah, that's a popular place. I've never been there, but I've heard about it.
When we take patients down to the Pittsburgh hospitals by ambulance, we pass by there.
Yeah.
And we pass by on the way back. So sometimes we'll stop there, but there is always a line all the way around the corner.
We've been by there before, but we've never stopped there.
We have, and it's really, really good. You ever get the chance, I'm sure your family would really, really like that.
We'll have to, yeah.
But I remember, there was public swimming pools that, they were pay swimming pools. Like we had Crystal Pool in Fayette City, which is filled in now. Up here they had Shady Grove over around Mount Braddock, around that area. Shady Grove was a really, really nice pool. It was huge. I guess that was the place to go at one time. So that's going to bring us around to today's trivia question, okay, which has to do with summer, but more or less ice cream. So today's trivia question is, what is the name of the iconic ice cream truck song? Okay, so ice cream trucks, everywhere I've seen them play the same song. And I'll forgive me, but I'm going to hum a little bit of it. That's the song that they play. So what is the name of that song? Give us a call at 724-438-4593, and you will win $1, win it all, scratch-off lottery tickets from the PA Lottery. Which benefits Olders, Pennsylvania. So if you know the name of that tune that I so horribly hummed now, that is played by many an ice cream truck in our area, give us a call and tell us what it is, 724-438-4593. So we had all those places, and a lot of them have gone by the wayside, of course. Now, where you grew up, was there a walk-up ice cream place in your neighborhood besides like the franchise ones like DQ, or you guys went to the DQ usually?
We went there pretty much. I don't remember there. No, I don't think there were any. No, we went to a couple. But there was no like neighborhood one or anything like that.
Here's a fond memory. I'm sure you recall. You remember the baseball helmet sundaes at Dairy Queen?
Oh yeah.
Did you collect those?
I don't know if we collected them, but we got them. We probably eventually ended up playing with the helmets, but I don't think we ever really had a big collection of them.
I remember, every time you could pick the one you wanted. And, of course, the Pirates ones were always gone because everybody wanted those. But,
why?
Back then they were good. That was in the 70s. Those were the World Series years, So,
that's right.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Lou Hostler, if he listens sometimes, I think that he had them all. Matter of fact,
the teams.
And I think he even had the display board that they came
Wow.
on. That they would display in the Dairy Queen. It's a wonder they never did that with football helmets, if I remember right. Maybe because football helmets have to be flat on the bottom for you to set it down and not tip over when you have ice cream in it. But we used to get the football helmets from the bubblegum machine, remember?
We did that too.
Yeah, so,
tried to collect them all.
Yeah, when I was a kid, they came with the stickers already on them, and then after that, you had to put the stickers on, remember? And,
I think I ended up getting them all out of those machines. It took a while, but yeah, I think I had them all eventually.
Took a long time.
It did take a long time. You're right.
And one thing that, G.C. Murphy's in Brownsville was open when I was a kid, and that was our local department store. And a couple friends of mine. We have a call?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take that.
You'll finish your thought after?
Yeah, sure. Just remind me. I forget.
I don't remember. G.C. Murphy.
All right. Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who's speaking with?
Hi, this is Zelma.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, great. Do you know the name of the ice cream truck song?
I want to say it's Do Yours Hang Low.
Oh, it's the same tune, but it's not the name of the song.
Do they wobble to and fro? Can you time in a knot? Can you time in a bow? Can you throw them over your shoulder like Continental Soldier? Do yours hang low? No, then I didn't realize there was another version.
Yeah, well, that's the same tune, but the original song. I'll tell you, we don't have any other calls, so me being the generous soul that I am. Do we?
There's another one.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Okay.
There's another one coming.
Okay, well, I got to take a chance that it might be the same one, but that they might know. But thank you for calling, and I think you're a first-time caller to the show?
Yes, but my husband should be employed there because he calls every morning and every afternoon.
Well, that's okay. But
he's Mike from Fairchance. Everybody knows him, and they probably know better than to pick up the phone. Go ahead and grab your other call. Have a great rest of the day. Stay cool.
Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who are we speaking with?
My name's Keith.
Hi, Keith. How are you?
Great. How are you?
All right. Do you know the answer to our trivia question?
Would it be Mr. Softy?
No. Actually, we don't have Mr. Softy around here, but is that the same tune that they use? Those are big in New York City, I know.
Years ago.
Oh, but thank you for listening, and thank you for listening to the show. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Another one.
All right. Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who are you speaking with?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
You're on the air.
It's your good friend Wendy and Patty.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. We have an answer for you.
What is it?
Turkey in the straw?
It is turkey in the straw. Congratulations. You've won 10.
Well, you can't.
$1.
It wasn't my fault.
Huh? Wasn't your fault? Hello?
No, Patty knew the answer.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I will, since I know who you two are, I will hand deliver these for you. Okay, you don't have.
That sounds great.
You don't have to stop by the station, but thank you for listening. We appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the opening of the show.
All right, I did. Thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, well, somebody finally got it. It is turkey in the straw. But yeah, the lady with your ears hang low. She's right. I forgot about that. But the name of the song was "Turkey in the Straw," and it's used by many an ice cream truck. So I was talking about G.C. Murphy.
G.C. Murphy, yes.
Yes. So anyway, one time we were in there and we bought our, they were a quarter a piece back then. I think they're $1 now. But bought my football helmet. A little plastic bubble that they come in.
Yeah.
Well, a friend of mine, there was a machine where you could buy Alka-Seltzer tablets or something like in a 2-pack if you had an upset stomach. For some reason, my friend bought 2 of those. I don't know why. But he went over to the water fountain, and he put those 2 tablets in that little plastic bubble with some water and set it down on the counter. Yeah, not on the counter, but on the water fountain. And an elderly gentleman was walking by, and it went bang, and it blew up. And it didn't hurt the guy, but it splashed him with water. And those 2 tablets were laying on the floor, and they were still fizzing. And nobody saw what we did. And, the store manager said, "Oh, just air in the water line, air in the water line." We're thinking, boy, if he would have seen us, we would get thrown out. But, yeah. So, we made what we called a little seltzer cracker, I guess. But, just those things are under pressure, man. You got to be really, really careful. So, but anyway, so yeah, we had neighborhood places where you can get ice cream, and of course, you could go to the store and buy your own ice cream, and make sundaes and milkshakes. But they didn't taste as good as they did from the commercial places. I don't think, So the ice cream man in your neighborhood, was that one of those bigger trucks that had the soft serve, or did you just buy like the novelties, like popsicles and stuff?
The novelty stuff.
Yeah,
we had even the last couple of years. There was an ice cream truck that came around our house now, but I haven't seen it in a few years now. But yeah, it was all novelty stuff, never just not regular ice cream, no.
And, some of the ones that we've had over the years, some of the trucks look like they're held together with duct tape.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
They're making an honest buck, and they come by the firehouse all the time. One thing that we had a hoagie sale on Saturday. Fire department.
Where's my hoagie?
Well, you wouldn't want it now. But anyway, one thing that we do that I don't know if anybody else does, people can come to the firehouse and buy them, and we'll deliver them too if they call us. But we ride around the neighborhood on the fire engine. The hoagies are in coolers, and we get on the PA system and say fire department hoagie sale, and people come out and buy them.
Oh, okay.
When I first suggested that, everybody said, "You're nuts. Nobody will buy them." Well, just in our small neighborhood, we saw 60 or 70 that way.
Wow.
Yeah, people come out and buy them. I'll get me. I like to talk.
So, oh yeah.
Or else I wouldn't be here right now.
No.
But I get on the PA system of the fire engine and say, "Fire department hoagie sale, too hot to cook. We got you covered," and freshly made Italian hoagies. Support your fire department. And some people, if they don't, we'll cruise really, really slow, and if they miss us, they call the firehouse and say they miss me, and they get mad. So we have to. They call us on the radio on the off channel and say, "Hey, go up to Mrs. So and So. You missed her."
Mm-hmm.
So I go up and turn around and. Yeah, it's one thing that we do that not too many places do. And we started that during COVID when people couldn't come out. So we started doing that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is. And, most places have an ice cream truck. We have a hoagie truck that comes around every couple of weeks on a Saturday afternoon. And it brings freshly made hoagies to the masses there. So,
there you go.
But anyway, some good calls so far. So, again, we're open for business at 724-438-4593.
You want to take the last break?
Yeah,
Ronald?
let's get that done. Okay. You're listening to 590 AM, 101.1 FM, W266DB, WMBS, Uniontown.
Looking for a quality caterer to feed your guests at an upcoming event? How about a local, family-owned caterer that features all of your favorite homemade Southwest PA favorites called John & Son Catering? With over 10 years experience, John & Son will provide an absolutely delicious meal, and be sure to ask about his famous Parmesan-crusted chicken and juicy roast beef. For the full menu, pricing, and booking information, please call Becky at 724-366-1508. John & Son Catering.
No Magical Mystery Tour is complete without a stop at the Sandwich Shop and Deli, just off of Abbey Road at 121 Brownsville Avenue in the Square, Brownsville. Enjoy a made-to-order sandwich with a bowl of Sabina's homemade soup. Try an authentic New York bagel slathered with one of their delectable toppings, or perhaps just a visit to the coffee bar for a delicious gourmet brew. Don't forget a cookie, brownie, or tempting dessert. Fresh baked daily. Call 724-785-4089. The Sandwich Shop and Deli, Brownsville.
When you need to service your vehicle, there is one local shop ready to meet all your needs. Nate, Tate, and the boys at Tate's Auto Repair in Uniontown do it all, from engine work and routine maintenance to tires, brakes, oil changes, and state inspections. Call Tate's today at 724-550-4756 or stop at the shop at 250 Connellsville Street to ensure your vehicle is ready to go for any trip in any weather. Tate's, proud sponsor of the lighter side on WMBS.
Are you looking for professional photography for your wedding or engagement, senior photos, or any other special event? Well, then look no further than award-winning Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography. Also offering photography classes, workshops, and tours of the Laurel Highlands. Get in contact at 724-322-0034 or visit jwhphotography.shop.
She's real fine, my 409. She's real fine, my 409. Well, I save my pennies and I save my dimes. Yeah, 409. Before I knew there would be a time. Yeah, 409. I would buy a brand new 409.
That was Junior Brown with the Beach Boys, and that goes out to Nate, Tate, and the boys. Nate's been one of my sponsors ever since the beginning, so thank you very much. And Junior Brown, he plays this instrument called the Git Steel that he invented himself. It's a regular guitar and a steel guitar. He did a song, and you probably never heard it, TJ, called Highway Patrol.
I have not.
All right, and but he has a really deep bass voice, and that song. I like the Beach Boys, but that's one of my favorites. Is 409.
That is a good one.
And I don't know anything about cars, so I had to ask my son what a 409 was, and of course he told me. I think it's a 409 cubic inch engine, and something to that effect. So, but she's real fine, my 409. Anyway, we're still open for phone calls at 724-438-4593. And the topic of discussion, among other things today, is what if you grew up without air conditioning, or even if you still don't have air conditioning, and without a swimming pool and all the other ways to keep cool, how did you beat the heat when you were a kid, when you were growing up? And, did you even really notice it, or did you just kind of consider it a fact of summertime life and go on about it, pretty much as something that happens every 9 months or so for the 3 months of summer. Well, actually, you can go beyond that. But you know what else I noticed, TJ? This generation, this younger generation, they wear hoodies even on days like today, and I cannot figure that out. Every year when we go back to school, being a teacher, when we go back to school, it's always warm the first few weeks of September. And, I'll have kids come into my classroom. Oh, it's so hot. Well, you have a hoodie on.
You're right.
Yeah, you have a hoodie on.
I always wonder, too. We talked about training camp a little bit ago.
Right.
If you go there, all the coaches are in long sleeves.
Probably so don't get sunburned. But, yeah, but
still, same thing out in like 90-degree weather and long sleeves and everything.
I would take my chances with sunburn rather than burn up with, wearing long sleeves.
Yeah, I have no clue how someone could be wearing long sleeves outside today.
When I took my some of my fire training, when we took our burn class, where we actually had to go in a burning building, it was a building made for that, but it was a real fire. We had to wear long sleeves, and the reason for that is to absorb the sweat, because when you're in a hot environment like that, the sweat can turn to steam, and you can get steam burns. So firefighters, they have to wear long sleeves. Not that they do, but they should. But when you come out of the pool when there's a fire and you throw some shoes on and a t-shirt, that's kind of all you get. So, anyway, so did we have a call on hold? No.
We don't.
Okay, saw your little sign there. I thought maybe we did. So, but yeah, I mean, I was, with the heat the way it is, I'm hoping a lot of our listeners are inside today and listening to the show. It's a good way to beat the heat. Sit in the air conditioning and listen to WMBS.
There you go.
Yeah, and you give us a call at 724-438-4593 and let us know. But when I was a kid, the ice cream truck, it was a big. It wasn't a small van like a lot of them now. It was a really big, like, commercial delivery van, and the song it played was called "Sailing, Sailing." And it wasn't not the Christopher Cross "Sailing Away" song. It was dee 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 dee, the song they play with Popeye and stuff like that. But we would hear it. You could hear a kid's ears are tuned for that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
There could be jackhammers working down the street, and
they'd hear it somehow.
You would hear the ice cream man, and your ears would perk up like a dog's ears perking up, and like Eddie Murphy used to do a routine on that. But he was right. Kids would lose their minds if the ice cream truck passed you, and you didn't get your money out in time or whatever may happen. You were devastated.
Yeah.
Even though you could walk right down to the store and get whatever it is that the ice cream man. It was something about getting it from the ice cream man that made it special.
Yeah, we did the same when we were kids. And like I told you a couple of years ago, there was the ice cream truck in our neighborhood. We were in the house, and all of a sudden you heard it. Everyone, the kids jumped up.
Yeah.
And we had to run outside. Same thing, yeah.
Yeah, people clawing at each other to get out the door. But, one thing, do they take credit cards now? I bet you they do, probably, because...
They might. I don't know. I think we had some money, but I don't know. Maybe they do. Who knows?
A lot of people don't carry cash anymore.
Yeah, they might. I don't know.
When my kids were little, usually I kept some change on hand, some ones, but heck, with a family of four, a $20 bill wouldn't even do you. You have to go beyond that.
That's true.
But, I think you remember the Bomb Pop?
What is it?
That's
it sounds familiar.
The red, white, and blue.
Oh yeah,
popsicle.
yeah. I didn't know it was called that. Yeah.
They also had a banana and a fudge one too. That was pretty good. But it was the Bomb Pop. Was when I was a
think
kid,
we actually have some of those at home right now.
It was it was really big. It was about 75 cents when I was a kid. Now it's probably about $3.
You're probably right, or more.
Yeah, you have to mortgage your house to visit the ice cream man. So
I think we actually have some of those at home right now.
So,
but all that good stuff they had, yeah. What are those crunch? Not the
Scooter Crunch?
Scooter Crunch, yeah. I think we love those. We always got those.
Yeah, those are good.
I like the chocolate. I don't think I ever had the strawberry. I always
I've
got
had
the chocolate.
Both. The chocolate's definitely better.
Yeah.
the original Scooter Crunch brand I don't see anymore, but there's like the Blue Bunny, they call it a chocolate eclair, but it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, those are really good. Klondikes are really, really good.
We always had Klondikes.
Yeah.
Now they have before they had like vanilla and chocolate. Now they have like 5,000 different flavors
they have
and kinds.
Chip, they have mint, they have peanut butter are pretty good.
Yeah.
Reese's peanut butter Klondikes are pretty good too. But they had all that stuff, but there were some things you couldn't get at the store. Like you ever eat a 2-ball screwball?
What is that?
That was it was a plastic cone, it had sherbet in it, and it had 2 gumballs at the bottom of it.
I don't remember that.
They called it, it was a screwball with 1 bubble gum ball in it, or a 2-ball screwball. Or I think that the company actually ran a promotion of some sort that if you got 2, you were supposed to enter a code or something like that, and you could win prizes or something like that. But one time when my middle daughter, when she was about 9 years old, she bought a screwball from the ice cream man. There was no gumball in it. So I said, all right, here's what you do. We're going to write the company. And she did. And they sent her coupons for all this free stuff. And there, it was really, really cool. So commercialism in action, I guess you might call it. But yeah, there was, and there was the giant freeze pops. Those were always good. The big long ones, not the little small ones that you get.
Yeah. The push-up ones, right?
Well, they had the Flintstones push-ups. Remember the orange ones?
We would buy those, or we'd just buy the box of the push-up
ones.
We always had those. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the stores are already selling them frozen. I don't know if you noticed that. But they're in the freezer now.
Oh, okay.
Why didn't they think of that before?
Yeah, because you had to get them out of the box, put them in and then we got all upset because we had to wait for them to freeze and everything.
You would eat them before they froze. And it was just cold. They weren't frozen, but And then if you didn't separate them, the ones in the middle didn't freeze.
Mm-hmm.
You had to spread them out so the cold air could evenly reach them.
Yep.
But there's I'm trying to think of some. They used to sell an ice cream bar called a Cherry Foot, and it was cherry ice cream in the shape of a foot, and it was on a stick. Those were so good, and I can't find them anymore.
I would like those.
Same way as Raymer's Lemon Blend, and they went by the wayside. But Cherry Foot, I used to buy those all the time, and the ice cream used to have milkshake candy bars frozen on a stick. I love those things, and I talked about that on one of the candy shows that we did previously. But I never they don't make those anymore. But I used to get a snow cone, which was just like a hard ball of ice, and it didn't really, the flavor was down inside of it. But it was so those are things. And what's your favorite popsicle flavor?
Cherry.
I'm a banana guy.
Oh, come on.
Well, you notice you can buy banana popsicles by themselves in like a big 40-pack.
I got no interest in those.
How about fudgesicles? You like those?
Oh, yeah. Fudgesicles are good. We had those.
Dreamsicles?
Dreamsicles, yeah. That's all good.
They sell all that stuff, Well, they did back then. Now it's, remember the little sundae cups with a little wooden spoon?
Yep, we had those.
We used to get those in school once in a while. Boy, we thought we hit the lottery when we got those.
We might have even had those at school.
Once in a great while. They'd give us those, and we just thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
There you go.
Maybe that was the best thing before sliced bread.
There you go. Maybe it was.
To our ponderable earlier, but we used to have all that stuff, and those bring back a lot of fond memories. But yeah, today's ice cream man isn't quite the same, but
if like we were saying, there may not even be any around as many anymore,
or an ice cream lady.
Yeah,
there's plenty of. I'm looking at different things I can do when I retire, and from teaching, and I don't know if I could be an ice cream man, but I may have my eyes on a hot dog cart. So
the hot dog cart still.
Oh yeah, Firehouse Dogs, buddy.
You can just drive down the street with a radio and say, "I'm selling hot dogs."
We could do that, don't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised with you.
You never know with me.
You're uncensored, Ronald.
Looks like another show has come to its fortunate end.
You didn't hear that?
Yeah, I heard you.
You're uncensored, Ronald.
Oh, yeah. You don't ever have to worry about me. But, anyway, so whoever you are, please, please, please stay cool. Stay out of the heat. And stay cool. Like I said, find a cooling center if you need one. And you've been listening to The Lighter Side. Thank you to the callers today. And God willing, we'll be back next week. So until then, bye-bye.
You've been listening to The Lighter Side with Ron Barry, which has been brought to you by the Brownsville Historical Society, the Sandwich Shop and Deli, Tate's Auto Repair, Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography, Tracy Counseling Center, and John & Son Catering. And this is WMBS Uniontown at 4 o'clock.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. The Eastern